All right, if you want to upgrade your calipers to the Brembo, Cadillac Brembos, I guess I should have took a picture when it still say Cadillac on there, but I didn't want anybody to see that.
Are you ashamed?
No, I'm not ashamed. I would drive a Cadillac.
Are you trying to transition your brake string?
No, afraid
your
not.
brakes? Okay.
So this is an all aluminum 4-piston Brembo caliper, but they are, since they came on the Cadillacs, they're relatively cheap. I don't know if you've ever priced a Brembo brake system for your Fox, and it's like $2,500. But with the help of S&S Engineering on Facebook, you just have to go to their Facebook page and message them, and you can buy the kit straight from them. I'll show you the kit in just a second. You can put these if you have Cobra brakes already, but if you have any SN95 or New Edge spindle, you can upgrade to this. You just have to go to a 13-inch rotor. But anyway, what we have to do, it's pretty simple. You just knock these out from the back. It's just inserts. And what S&S does, they sell these inserts that offset the holes. People have done this before, but they were drilling into their spindles and oblonging the holes, which I guess can work, but if they come loose, then your calipers are going to move and all that stuff. Is just not the greatest way to do it.
That sounds tricky.
But they come with these marks on them. You just line them up with the edge of the caliper right there. These are press fit, but I actually did it. I'm going to show you in a second. I did it with a vise. This is a pretty big vise, but I think you can do it. You can also hammer them in, but I didn't want to hammer because I've already painted and got my decals on these, so I didn't want to do that. So basically you can see, and the only modification you have to do is take a Dremel tool and grind out, like, it's almost like with them pointed straight out, like if you're oblong it this way and oblong it that way, just so the bolt can go in correctly. But it's aluminum, so it grinds really easy. So you actually got to be cautious so you don't take too much, because it is aluminum, if you have a very good Dremel bit. So let's get this one knocked out. I've already done that one, obviously. So we're going to show you how to do this one, and then we'll get them on the car and see how they look. But these tap right out. Really simple. This is a 14 mil. These take a 14 millimeter bolt if you want something that fits correctly. This is like a, I think this is a 3/8 bolt. It threads in. It's not, as you can see, it's a little, it doesn't fit exact, but we don't really care about these inserts because we're not going to use them. So alright, pick it up. It helps to have an assistant.
I only charge $139 an hour.
We gotta hurry up. Alright, so then you just get your new inserts, but don't do like I did and put them in too early. Don't forget, you gotta grind this first.
Oh yeah, you did do that.
I did that the other night, yeah. But I kind of just set it up there so I can see, and then I just mark where I need to grind. But what you need to do, I don't know if you can see, but there's a lip inside here. Basically want to take that lip off on this upper corner. Just take it down to those teeth, and that gives you enough room. I figured that part out. So now we're going to grind a little bit.
Grinding. Oh.
Make sure we're, yeah, up in that part. Okay. I'm going to mark it.
Should I clock out now?
Nope. Okay. Now you're a video person.
Okay.
So basically you want to take that part out that I marked with the gold there.
Where'd you learn to do this?
I actually watched it. I'd seen originally, I don't remember the YouTube channel, some guys in California, but they were drilling the spindles, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that. Then when we were at Mustang Week, my friend Chris had saw this kit on Facebook, and he told me about it. So we looked them up, and I ordered them. And then House of Dula had actually ordered the kit. I don't know, he said he's had it for a while, but he actually did it on his channel. So I watched him do it first. He's got a really good in-depth video too on how to do this. So I just wanted to, you know, see somebody go through the process, just like you're probably doing right now. You want to see somebody go through the process before you got started. But my friend Chris told me about it, which I'm so glad. This kit makes it so much easier than trying to drill those spindles out and get them just right and all that stuff. And you have to shim it, but this actually comes with shims and everything already. It's set up. So my safety glasses.
I was going to say, surely there is a safety component to this.
Safety, schmafety.
Well, when it comes to your eyes, you don't want to.
That's true.
Take it that wasn't supposed to happen.
Nah, you gotta make sure your bit's in tight. Once we have that ground out, and then we will do our inserts. So if it's the left side, looking at it left side, use this right center mark and this mark. And if you're using it on this side, use this mark and that mark. So what you're doing, you got a straight edge right here. You're just lining that mark up with the straight edge, basically so your bolt holes are kind of pointing out. So you want to line up with that, and then you should line up with a straight line across if you measure it, if you check it with a ruler. So
this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
That one's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of setting these in place, just kind of getting them started. I guess you can put them in like that. I'm going to do it with the vise, but I'm just getting it started, make sure I got them in the right spots.
You got that good internal level, so you can eyeball it pretty good, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So you just get it started. All right, you might want to stand over there.
Okay.
And this, I'm not going to say this is easy, but I didn't want to beat on it with it being freshly painted, so.
Hey, you get a good arm workout in though. Arm and shoulders, right?
Yep. I guess this is good that it's working on a Chevrolet caliper, because this vise actually came out of one of Dale Earnhardt's garages. I had a friend that worked there and they were cleaning it out, and he brought me this vise, so I was glad to have it.
Come on through, Gigi.
There it is. All set. If you have a press, this would also be a lot easier.
Bison's and elbow grease is working pretty good though.
Oh, it does work, yes.
I mean, you get me revved up, that's for sure.
All right, take 5. But so just get these pressed in. It comes with the bolts.
Ooh, hold on.
Comes with new bolts. And then basically at this point, you take these spacers, they go behind your rotor. So it spaces the rotor out just a little bit to center the caliper up on the rotor. So you just take your rotor off, drop this on the spindle, follow me. So I'm still in the process of putting this back together, but it goes on like this. Then the rotor. But we'll go through that in just a minute when I get the, I gotta jump back on another project real quick and get these coilovers on. We'll be back to this how-to video. All right, so you take your spacer, put it behind your rotor. Again, so that it pushes your rotor out. So the caliper is centered on the rotor. So we got that. I'm gonna grab a lug nut to hold that in place. Should have grabbed the impact gun.
You're just working out the other part of your arms now.
Here we go. So now, these are marked, which one's left, which one's right. This is the right front. This was on the outside before I painted it. I just took the sticker and put it to the inside. But if you lose the sticker, just remember the bleeder valves have to be pointing up. Anytime you put a different brake caliper, if you don't have your bleeder valve at the top, it won't bleed correctly. You'll never get all the air out of it.
Oh.
It's a big moment. It's the first time we've seen it too. The next thing is going to be hopefully the wheel clears. That's one thing with this upgrade, guys. Some wheels aren't going to fit with this because this thing sticks out in front. So keep that in mind if you're going to do this upgrade. You may have to change wheels, or you may have to space them, or you may have to do something. So let's get a, what size is that? Standard. So this bolt is a 5/8. Excuse me, baby. Ratchet. One nice thing about this caliper is when you change pads, you don't have to take the caliper off. The pads slide in from the top.
Huh.
It's got 2 pins that hold it in place.
That's cool.
I think I bought an extra kit with it, but I'm gonna look. I think the brake pads I bought came with the pins, so that may save you some money. Oh man.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
It looks so cool. Wish I'd have put fresh studs in there to make that look cooler. You won't see them once lug nuts on there.
That's right.
So the next thing we gotta do is test fit our wheel, but that doesn't matter with this video. This is basically the installation. Also, if you're doing this on a Fox, you have to change your brake lines to a banjo style, but someone actually makes a direct replacement for this. I'm gonna show you in just a second. Well, you need new brake lines. You can call up, did you know, well this is gonna be in a different video. I'm gonna do a whole review of the brake lines, but you can call Stifler's and you can order the brake lines and they'll bolt right up, ready to go. They're stainless steel braided lines, so you can accept higher pressures. But check out the next, if you're interested in these, make sure to check out the next video or the video in the future. I'm going to do a full review of these and give you part numbers and everything. So this is how we do the Brembo, Cadillac Brembo upgrade. I hope you guys try it. I'm excited to try my wheels now. Till next time, we're out of here.
You don't understand how I play. I am the poet to win you all.